This week's Yoga and Pilates Fusion class. Let's start with our feet to hip distance. Standing up nice and tall, rock forwards and back through the feet. Lifting up onto the toes, rolling onto the heels, spreading the toes wide and rolling the feet in and out. Stabilising the ankles, just come to that stable point in the centre. Take a little bend into the knees and then allow the pelvis to gently rock forwards and back. And then find the central position. If it helps, hold on to the pelvis. Find that central point and then straighten the legs before you stand a little taller at that point. Lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, and we'll roll the shoulders back. And start to take some slow, deep breaths. Just roll the shoulders the other way. And then we'll drop them down just a little lower, ideally. And we're going to slide down to one side, lift back up to the centre, and the other way. So just start to feel how those core muscles on the sides of the waist are helping to pull you in, lift you back up to the centre each time. So feel that strength through your centre as you start to engage those core muscles. You can allow your ear to drop towards your shoulder as you bend to the sides. So we're stretching all the way through the spine, including the neck. Last time to each side. And up to the centre again. And take a little twist now. So let the arms just float around your body, trying to look over your shoulder. And just start to step from foot to foot. So there's no twisting out the knees. It feels nice and comfortable on the whole body. Just gently releasing through the spine. Just moving the spine in all directions. Enabling it to wake up. And we'll come back to the centre. And just check the feet are still hip distance. I'm going to open the arms out wide, take a deep breath in. And exhale, reach the arms forward, lower your head, round the shoulders a little bit there. So inhale, open the chest wide, squeeze the shoulder blades in together, look up, and exhale, rotating in the other direction. And again, open out wide, deep breath in, exhale, sweeping the arms forward. Let's go through that one more time. And then hold your hands together in front of you and just sway them gently from side to side. So see if you can find any tight spots behind the shoulder blades and just ease through those tight areas. Maybe making a bit of a figure of 8 or just a side to side movement. So just wherever you feel you need to get into those shoulder blades, nice deep stretch. And then we're going to lift both arms up high. And then bend your elbows and try and slide your hands behind your head whilst keeping your head upright. So we're not trying to jut the chin forward at all. Really squeeze those elbows out wide. So it's quite a strong stretch for the front of the chest and shoulders. I'm also using the muscles in the back here. Now just start to support your head into your hands a little and lean gently back. Squeeze your navel in towards your spine and lift the chest. And gently lift back up to the centre and release the arms down by your sides. Okay, we're just going to look up, take a breath in and exhale, lower your head, soften the knees and start to roll down one vertebra at a time. Just dropping as low as you feel comfortable, keeping a bend in the knees. Often shake your head, release the shoulders. You just move the wrists around a little bit, start to warm those up as well. And then take a deep breath in, and on your out breath, start rolling back up to standing. So again, remembering to pull your tummy in tightly, press your feet down as you lift up in response to that. And we'll go again. Inhale, leaning gently back. Exhale, lowering down. And rolling through the spine, nice and smoothly. Take some deep breaths here, shake it all out. Give it a little twist to the sides, whatever feels good for you. And then rolling slowly back up through the spine. Little bend in the knees, press into the feet. Head comes up last. Okay, we're going to try that again, but let's start at the back of your mat for this. We're going to roll down and then walk forwards into plank after this one. So, check your posture. Inhale, leaning back, and exhale, dropping your head, softening the knees, scooping your tummy in, and releasing through the spine. Again, have a little release once you're in your full position. Okay, now we're going to bend the knees a bit deeper and get the hands flat to the floor in front of your feet. Try and squeeze the shoulder blades down and in, draw your chest forward and look slightly in front of your hands. We're going to walk them forwards and come into plank. Now try and keep your pelvis as level as you can as you travel forwards, and then hold your plank. Neck is in line with the spine, make sure you're not dropping your head down. Should be looking just in front of your hands a little. Core is staying really strong. One more deep breath. And then we'll lift the hips back up, walk the hands back into the feet. And again, just hang loosely, little bend in the knees, sway from side to side. Move the wrists around. Okay, bend the knees enough again to get the hands flat to the floor. We're travelling forward one more time. Pause in that plank position. Now if it gets too much, you can try dropping the knees down, try it from that position. Otherwise, stay strong in plank. If you like, you can add a lift of one leg. Try not to let the hips lift. Change to the other side whenever you're ready. Keeping everything else stable. Well done. When you're ready, slowly release all the way down onto your front. And you can just rest your head on your hands. Relax the shoulders, relax the upper body. We're going to lift one leg and stretch the toes behind you. As if you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your toes. And release. And the other leg now. Stretch it away, pull the toes back. Keep the pelvis level. And release. So just try that again with each leg. So we try and lift from the thigh as much as you can, so the knee stays straight. Change sides. You can either continue with that again on alternate sides, or try both legs together if you feel comfortable with that. So try and keep the upper body as relaxed as possible. Slowly release when you need to. We'll try that one more time. So either the other leg or both legs together. One last time. Release when you're ready. And then hands under the shoulders and lift up into Cobra. Still working those muscles in the back, just in a slightly different way. And gently lower back down. Now we're going to push up to all fours. So bring the knees under the hips. And spread the fingers wide. That's going to feel quite nice to round the spine now and twist your hips from side to side. So stretching the muscles in the back that you were just working. Now just start to sit lower towards the heels whilst you're still continuing that side to side movement. Really lovely stretch down in that lower back area, and eventually sitting all the way down onto the heels. Maybe taking the big toes together and the knees as wide as your mat. And then walk the hands forward, rest your head down. Take some deep breaths here in extended child's pose. Like dropping the chest down, releasing the pelvis. Releasing through the hips and the lower back. And then lift your head, look towards your hands, walk them across to one side and lower your head back down. Nice deep stretch down the side of the body. And let's try that on the other side now. Walk the hands across, lower your head, lower your shoulder. Take a deep breath or two. And come back to the centre. Now I'm just going to level the knees again, tuck the toes under, and get ready to find your downward dog position. So lifting the hips up high, pushing through the hands, pushing up onto the toes, and then start to tread the heels back. So you're walking on the spot. Nice deep stretch down the back of the legs. If your heels are nowhere near the floor, just step your feet in a little bit closer until you can just about get them down. If they're easily coming to the floor, try taking the feet a little further away so you've got that challenge there. So we're getting a nice deep stretch in the calves as well as the hamstrings. So feel it all the way down the back of the legs. And the more you can bring your hips back, the less weight you'll be putting through the wrists, so that'll help take the strain away from the wrists. Try rolling over the top of the toes as well on the other foot. Really nicely stretched all the way through the foot and the ankle. And then just start walking the feet in towards your hands, keeping them hip distance. Allow the upper body to just hang loosely now, so just releasing the arms, maybe folding them out of the way if you prefer. Again, just swaying a little bit from side to side, or maybe just moving the wrists around, and then slowly rolling back up to standing. Again, really focus on pulling your navel in towards your spine, and unraveling slowly and smoothly up to standing. And from here, take the hands behind your back, extend them away. Maybe add a little back bend if that feels comfortable. Balancing out from those forward bends. And gently release. Well done. We're bringing a bit of a shake out. We're going to start with sun salutations. So stand at the front of the mat this time. So feet are together, standing tall in mountain pose. Take a deep breath in and lift the arms up, look up to the thumbs, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale the right leg back, and exhale the left. So we're back in our plank position, just hold it there for a couple of deep breaths. And the knees can always drop down if need be. When you're ready, knees down. Think about the chin of the chest just dipping down first before we tuck the tailbone under for our cobra. And then roll on through to downward dog. Again, just stretching out the legs. Try and make it as comfortable as you can. Think about drawing your chest in the direction of your feet, so the arms really stretch overhead. Play around with it a little bit, see what works for you. Okay, we'll inhale the right foot forwards. Exhale the left. Inhale, lift all the way up to standing, a little bend in the knees to get you there. And exhale, hands to your chest. Other side now, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale the left leg back. And exhale the right. Hold your plank. Keep breathing deeply. So sometimes we're tempted to hold our breath when we're holding a posture, but we really need to encourage that flow of oxygen to the muscles. Well done. Lower down, chin and chest down, and inhale cobra. Exhale, roll through to downward dog. Easing through, make it as comfortable as you can. Make sure there's no strain in your neck. And then we'll inhale that left leg forward. Exhale the right. Inhale, lift, leading with the chest. And exhale, arms down. Well done. Second round. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, left. Holding our plank now this time, see if you can travel forwards and back without the hips lifting or lowering. So building up lots more strength in the upper body, the core, and even in the feet and the toes. Stay forward, see if we can dip down with the knees up for as long as you can manage it, maybe even hovering above the floor. Inhale, scoop up to upward dog now if you're comfortable, otherwise stay low in cobra. And then to downward dog. So I've just shown you the advanced way. You don't have to do it like that just yet, but it's something to work towards if you want to. Take a deep breath here. And then we'll inhale the right leg forward. Exhale the left. Inhale, push all the way up. And exhale, arms down. Second side, inhale up. Exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, right. Again, make sure you found a good strong plank before you attempt to move it forwards and back. So what we don't want to see is the hips lifting and lowering at all. So stay forward. Now if you need to dip the knees straight away, that's absolutely fine. If you need to collapse to the floor, that's fine as well. When you're coming up to your upward dog, try and drag your body slightly further forwards and up. And then to downward dog. There's a lot of work in the upper body as we go through that sequence. So just take a big recovery breath here. And on the next in-breath, step the left leg forward. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands down. mountain pose. One more round, flowing with every breath now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, left. Inhale, come forward in your plank and exhale, hover down. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Other side, final round. And fold. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, right. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, hover. Inhale, push up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift. And exhale, arms down. Well done. Just take a moment to shake anything out. Maybe see how those wrists are feeling, fingers, anything else. Movements, wherever you feel you need to just realign a little bit. Okay, back into our mountain pose. Adding a little bit more intensity now. Deep breath in, looking up. And now we're just going to add a little back bend. So think about keep lifting the chest, keep breathing deeply, looking towards the thumbs if possible. If it's uncomfortable for the neck, stay upright or just look forward if you need to. Go a little deeper after a while. Keep the core strong. And then slowly reaching up again and forward forwards. Now I'm just going to start by walking your hands down the legs because after that strong back bend it might take a little bit of time for your back to get ready for that forward bend again. So take your time and support your back by holding somewhere onto your legs or your feet. So as you feel more comfortable, maybe you can reach a little lower down to the feet or to the floor. But wherever you get to, try and keep the legs as straight as possible at this point so we can really work into those hamstrings. If you want to be a little bit higher, that's absolutely fine. So wherever you can get to with those legs being straight. So we're just working on folding in close to your legs. Lovely deep stretch all the way down the back of the body. Head is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. One more deep breath. Well done. I'm just going to hold higher onto the shins again and extend forward. Take a breath in as you lengthen the spine, using the muscles in the back. Exhale, release back down, allowing them to stretch out again. And now a little bend in the knees to get your hands either side of the feet. Inhale, extend forward again from here. And exhale, spring or walk back to plank, whatever you're comfortable with. Shift forward and hover down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Well done. Just going to inhale and lift up onto the toes. And exhale, lower the heels back down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And just work on keeping your ankles in a strong alignment. So have a look at them now. See if they're rolling in or out at all, and really try and work on keeping them in a nice straight alignment so you're building up strength in the best alignment that you can. Well done. Unpause onto the toes one more time. This time bending the knees, looking to your hands, and you can lightly spring or walk forwards to the hands. Now we're going to stay in a strong knee bend and lift our way up into chair pose. So reaching up with the arms, lifting to a nice long line from the hands to the hips. Maybe bringing your palms together, a little bit more work in the upper back there. Keep bending those knees, squeezing onto the thighs. Well done, slowly release. Bring the hands down, fantastic. Let's go again, adding on this time. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, dive all the way down, hands to the floor. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, spring back to plank. Come forward on the toes and dip down. All in one out breath if possible. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, downward dog. Just pause here, taking a deep breath. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. Nice high kick. Bend the knee, tuck in, and step between your hands. Get the hips nice and low if you can. Now with your right arm, I'm just going to circle it around, inhaling it up, look towards the hand, exhale it down behind you. Keep looking at that hand all the way through. So inhale, lift the arm up, exhale, lower it down. So really try and open that shoulder out so you're making a big circle, getting some rotation through the spine. Now we're going to lift that arm up again and slowly push your way up to a high lunge if possible. Still looking back towards that right arm, so there's a strong twist in the spine. Hold it there just for another breath. Well done. Slowly take that left hand back to the floor and then bring the other arm all the way over. And we can step back to downward dog. Very nice. Just take a breath here and come forwards to plank. Lower down. Inhale, lift. Make sure you're really spreading your hands wide because it's going to help you to support that upper body as you flow through your sequence. Onto the other side now. Lift the left leg high. Just pause there for a moment. Nice high kick. And then bend the knee, tuck it in, step between the hands. Okay, so your left arm now, we're going to circle all the way around. Inhale it up. Exhale it down behind you, opening the shoulders out wide. Inhale the arm up and exhale it around. One more full circle. And then we'll just take a semicircle, lifting the arm up to the ceiling, press into the feet, push your way up to a high lunge with a twist, looking back towards that left arm if possible. Body as upright as you can. Keeping a strong bend in your front knee. One more breath, doing really well. And then slowly release that right hand down, circle the left arm up and over, and step the left leg back to your downward dog. Pause here for a moment. And hobble forwards to plank. Dip down. Inhale, lift up. Try and keep those elbows tucked in through that sequence. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, spring to the hands. Inhale, chair. And exhale, mountain. Wonderful. Just give yourself a moment to recover. Again, any little movements you need to do. See how the hands and palms and fingers are feeling. Well done. Next round. Back to mountain pose. Check in with your posture. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, extend forward. And exhale, spring to plank. Come forward and dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath here. Okay, we're going to lift the right leg up. Bend the knee, tuck in, and step through. Now we're going to take your left heel down and in. And try and lift your left arm out to the side and up to the ceiling. Again, trying to look up towards it as much as possible. Exhale as you bring it back down. So if you need to be on the knuckles or the fingertips of that right hand, you can. Otherwise, hand as flat as you can get it. Let's try it again. Inhale, extend. Left arm up. Exhale it back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Keep the hips as low as possible. Exhale, bring that hand back down. Now we're going to reverse that twist. So the left hand stays down. And the right arm now is extending. Look up towards that arm. Hold it there. Now we're going to wrap that arm behind your back. And rotate to the front. See if you can lift up into a warrior version here. Looking up towards that left arm. Well done. Slowly release the left hand. Circle the right arm up and over. Back down to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Come forwards to plank. And lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Well done. Let's try the left side now. Left leg is raised. We'll bend that knee, tuck in, and step between the hands. Now we're lowering that right heel down and in, left hand is down. We're going to open your right arm up, look up towards the hand, exhale, bring it back down. So hips as low as you can get them. Inhale, lift, exhale, release down. Let's try that one more time. And release. Bring that right hand down this time, and we'll open up the other way, lifting your left arm. Hold it there, keep breathing deeply, hips nice and low. Now we're wrapping that arm behind your back and reaching forwards with your right arm, looking up towards that arm. Warrior position, nice and stable, strong through the legs, strong through the spine. Well done, slowly lower that arm down, circle your left arm up and over again, step back to downward dog. Nice deep breath, and hold forwards to plank. Lower down, inhale, lift, exhale, downward dog. Already up onto the toes, bend the knees, look to the hands, and spring forward. Come into chair pose. And mountain. Very nice. Shake it out. Recover any way you need to. Ready for a third round. Excuse me. So checking in with your posture. Good upright mountain pose. Inhale, lifting up and back. Extended mountain. Exhale, folding forwards over the legs. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, spring or walk your way to plank. Come forward, dip down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward dog. Remember, you can keep yourself a little bit more gentle and low if you need to. Nice deep breath. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. Bend that knee. We're going to take your knee down to the floor, just underneath the right hip, so you're in a kind of a tabletop position. We're swiveling to the side, so if you just let that left heel drop down and the right leg swing out, we can reach up with the left arm. Lovely, so we're on the side. It's a supported side plank position here with the knee being under the hip to take your body weight. Now we're going to thread that left arm through the gap and try and look right back behind it, so into a strong twist for the spine, and then extend the arm up again as you breathe in, looking towards the hand. Again, exhale, thread the arm through. Inhale, lift. One more time. And lift. And we're going to come back to the centre, come to plank. And downward dog. We're going to do that on the other side, and then I'm going to show you the full version after we've practiced this slightly gentler option. So left leg lifts, bend that knee, and then take your knee down to the floor and swivel to the right side of the room, lifting the right arm up. Thread that arm underneath as you exhale, look right back towards the hand. Inhale, extend the arm back up again, look towards the hand. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, lift. One more time, just flowing with your breath. Come back to plank. And downward dog. Okay, now we're going to try the full version, but if you need to drop the knee down at any point, just feel free to do that. So come into plank. So our full version is without putting the knee down. We're just going to swivel on the feet and lift your left arm up. So if that's too much, at any point you need to, just put the knee back down and you can do exactly as you did. Otherwise, with the legs straight, we're going to thread the arm through and really try and push our hips up as high as possible as you do that. Inhale back to the centre, look up to the hand. Exhale, reach through the gap, look towards the hand. Inhale, back to side plank. One more time, lift those hips right up. Lots of work on the arms and shoulders. Very good. Back to plank. And dip down. Inhale, lift. Now if you want to have a little rest, you might want to sit back in child's pose for a moment, or come straight into downward dog. So pause if you need to. Okay, when you're ready, let's try that on the other side. So back into plank. So if you want to put the knee down first, you can. Otherwise, we're swiveling to the side. You can always drop that knee anytime it gets too much. Also, another thing to mention, there's a lot of work on the wrist. If you prefer, you can try this from the elbow. It's just not quite as easy to lift the hips up, but let's try it from there. So your choice, whichever option you want. We've got 3 to go. Balancing out on each side. Should be the last one, I think. So when you're done, swing back round to plank, dip down, inhale, lift, exhale, downward dog, or sit back on the heels if you feel you need more of a break. And whenever you're ready, I'm going to lift up onto the toes, bend the knees, look to the hands, spring lightly forward, come into chair pose, and mountain. Excellent. Now there's a lot of work in the upper body there, so if you feel you need to just stretch the shoulders out a little bit more here, reach one arm across the body, see if that helps. And the other side. Maybe reaching both arms behind you, stretching the front of the shoulders a little bit as well. And shake it out. Well done. Let's try one more round. This time a bit more of a stretchy round. Going well with the intensity today. So inhale, lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, extend forward. And exhale, spring your way to plank. Come forward and dip. Inhale, lift. And exhale to downward dog. Going to lift the right leg up. Bend the knee and then open the hips to the side. Look under your right arm. And then slowly rotate that knee back in. Come into pigeon pose. So if you take the knee down by the right wrist, walk the left leg back a little further, sway a bit from side to side, make it as comfortable as you can, and then reach forwards and rest over that leg. Just get as comfortable as you can, just try and relax here, easing through the hips and the glutes. If your foot will come higher up to be more in line with your knee, then that's going to give you a stronger stretch. You just need to make sure that hip can come down so the pelvis is level. Well done. Slowly lift up and step your way back to downward dog. Come forwards to plank. Lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, downward dog. Let's try this on the other leg now. Lift the left leg high, bend the knee, and then open the hips to the side. Look under your arm. Just allow the weight of that leg to increase the stretch down the side of the body. Well done. Slowly rotate the knee back in and take the knee down by the left wrist this time. Walk the right leg back a little. Sway from side to side. Get as comfortable as you can. And then gradually releasing down over that leg. Slowly walk the hands back under the shoulders, push back into downward dog. And now we'll just take the knees down and sit back into full child's pose, hands down by the feet. Drop the tailbone down, relax your head to the floor, or maybe make a pillow with your hands if you need to be a little bit more raised there. Maybe take the knees a bit wider, make it as comfortable as you can. Slowly lifting up to a kneeling position. Okay, so if you just sit to one side of your knees, let's sit to the left side of your feet rather, and you can hold on to your top foot, which should be the right one, and we'll extend that leg back. So if you kick your heel to your bottom and And draw the knee back and the hip slightly forward. Should give you a really good stretch all the way across that hip area as well as the thigh, quad muscles. Okay, now we're going to lift that leg up and over. So you're crossing it over the lower leg. Work on bringing your knees as close together as you can while sitting up in the centre. So some of you will be able to get your knees completely together. So it just depends on the position of your hip joints. This is as far as I can go. So lift your left arm up, bend the elbow behind you. Might help just to raise the elbow with the other hand, get it as high as possible, and then reach back with that lower arm. Aim to get your hands as close together as you can, and then see if you can gently fold forwards. So this fold increases the stretch in both the hips and the shoulders. Gently release, lifting up, release the arms, give the shoulders a little roll each way, and come back to kneeling. And then we'll move on to the other side. So if you sit to the right of your feet this time, hold on to that top foot and extend the leg back. So heel to bottom, knee goes back, hip gently tilts forward. Really good stretch through the front of the hip and thigh. And then swing that leg up and over. So just over the knee, or maybe getting the knees closer together, wherever you feel comfortable. And this time we'll raise the right arm, sit up tall, bend the elbow. So lift the elbow as high as it will go, reach back with the other arm. Doesn't matter if the hands can't touch, but we're just aiming in that direction, so stretching on the front and the back of the shoulders and the arms, and then gently start to fold forwards if you can. If that makes it too intense, feel free to stay upright. If you're not feeling it enough, just try bringing the feet a little bit further forwards as the knees come together. Slowly lift up, release the arms, give the shoulders a roll each way, and uncross the legs. Now just take the soles of the feet together and just lean gently forward, stretching the inner thighs. And then for a similar stretch, just try taking the legs out wide and see how that feels. You might want to just move gently from one leg to the other. You're getting a stretch still through the inner thighs. But with the legs straight, you just happen to get a little bit more into the inside of the knee as well. And just lean into the centre. So find a position where you feel you get the best stretch and you're most relaxed. Well done, just hug the knees in now, give them a squeeze, and we'll lie down on your back and tuck the knees into your chest. So make sure your head is comfortably rested on the floor. You're going to extend your legs up to the ceiling, flexing your feet as if you're standing up. So your arms are either down by your sides, or if you feel you need a little bit of extra support, you can just sit on the back of your hands slightly. We're going to lower one leg towards the floor without it collapsing all the way down, and lift it back up nice and slowly. And the other side. Now it's really important to keep your core engaged here, because we don't want to change the position that your spine is in. Staying in a neutral alignment. So sitting on the edge of your hands will help to prevent the back from overarching. You might find there's a little bit more of a challenge if you take the arms away, so if you want more of a challenge, see if you can maintain that position without the support of the hands. Keep breathing deeply. Let's try each leg again. Finish that second leg. I'm just going to tuck the knees in, lift your head and shoulders, hold on to one leg, and then extend the other leg away. So again, just go as low as you can without it touching the floor. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, switch legs. Stay lifted if you can. Inhale, hold. Exhale, switch. So if your neck gets too tired, you can rest your head down. You can still get other work with the legs only. This way we just engage a little bit more through the front of the abdominal section. So in a moment we have got a variation which does mean that your head will be a little bit more supported, but it's a lot harder for your core. So try holding behind your head. You'll see it's a lot harder to stay lifted here. We're going to try to get a twist here just before we finish. So twisting the opposite elbow across to the knee. Very soon you'll be feeling those muscles in the centre of your body saying that is enough. So just do what you can. Try and even out the sides. Move nice and slowly. Try not to rush through it. And as soon as you're ready to rest, release your head back down, hug your knees in. Well done. Just take a little rock from side to side. Releasing the lower back, releasing the abdominals. And just rolling all the way down to one side. Keep your knees in place. And then extend your arm behind you. Turn to look over your shoulders, so getting a nice relaxing twist. And back to the centre. And then drop the knees all the way down the other way. Hold them in place. And extend your arm behind you. Look back over that shoulder. Well done. Onto your back again. Have a big stretch. Arms overhead, stretch the legs away. Any other movements you feel you need. Trying to get as balanced as possible now in the body as we come to relaxation. So, you might want to put on some extra layers or use a blanket. Oh, I happen to have a blanket right here. I think I'll make the most of that. So, as you come to your relaxed position, it might help just to maybe shake the feet out a little bit, let them flop out to the sides. We'll go back through the hips, the shoulders. Maybe tucking your chin in slightly to stretch through the back of the neck. So whatever helps you to feel like you're really able to release the body and let go. Take a couple of deep breaths. And just let your breathing settle right down. Just visualize the tension releasing from your whole body. So generally throughout the whole session we've been using the core. Now we can actually let those core muscles release. So you'll find your abdomen will gently rise and fall along with each breath. A very effortless, natural way. Try to feel your jaw releasing, so it might mean unclenching the teeth. Maybe just letting the tongue move back a little, just relaxing. Cheekbones softening, forehead releasing. into your fingers and toes. And then a big stretch when you're ready. And you can try lifting all the way up to sitting using the abdominals, or just have the knees on if you prefer. Well done. Crossing your legs, just sitting upright to finish. Make sure they're wide awake again. Arms extended. Nice deep breath in, lengthen the spine, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, release the arms down, looking down. Well done. Thank you very much. Okay, see you next time. Thank you.